Hi everyone, so it's Sydney again, and this week we're talking about athlete macronutrient needs. So I'm going to help calculate those out for you guys. So first, let's go over the recommendations. So protein's the 1.5 to 2.0 grams per kilogram, carbs going to be that 5 to 7 grams per kilogram, and fat's going to be 1 gram per kilogram. And you can see here carbs are significantly higher than the other two, and we'll get into a little bit why. So first of all, carbohydrates and protein have 4 calories per gram, but you see here fat has 9 calories per gram. So you're going to get more calories out of 1 gram of fat than you would carbohydrates and protein. So here's a calculated out example. So this is a 150-pound athlete. The recommendation is going to be the 5 to 7 grams per kilograms for carbohydrates, and you see that we take their weight divided by 2.2 to get their weight in kilograms, then you times it by 5, and then you also times it by 7 to get your range. So this person's going to want to consume 340 grams to 477 grams of carbohydrates. Now if we go down to the bottom with total calories, down here you can see that you take the grams times 4. Like we said before, there's 4 calories per gram, and then you'll get their calories from carbohydrates at 1600. Now for protein, you take it by their weight in kilograms by 1.5 and 2.0, getting 102 to 336 grams. And then you do the same thing as you did with the carbohydrates, and I took an average about 100 grams from the two and times it by 4 calories, kcal per gram, getting you 400 calories from protein. And then lastly you have fat, which you do the same thing, divide their body weight, and then takes that times 1. So basically you're going to eat your kilograms in grams of fat. However, for this one, you see down at the bottom, you times it by 9 since there's 9 calories per gram to get the calories from fat. And you see it's 614, which even though we have more grams of protein up here, there's still more calories from fat, being that you get double the energy from fat. This is going to total up to 2,614 calories, which is about what you'd look to consume if you're a 150-pound athlete. So back to why we're consuming so much more carbs than fats or protein, and that is because when you're in high intensity sports, you're going to be using primarily carbohydrates. You see at this point, once you reach 60% of your capability and intensity, you're going to start to almost only use carbohydrates, especially at that 100% range you see here. So let's talk about what we're eating at meets. I kind of did an average. Everyone's going to look a little bit different, but here's a day in the life of traveling. You got hotel breakfast. I put that everyone's eating 3 eggs, 2 pieces of toast, and yogurt. Just went standard bland diet. But so you can see, this is about 490 calories and 34 grams of protein and 5 grams of saturated fat. Next we have our Firehouse sub, and I believe I did roast beef sandwich for this one. And you can see the calories add up in fat and sodium and protein. And then the last one I did was a Panera sandwich, and this one was a turkey sandwich I chose to do. And ultimately see the add up is 1,770 calories, which from this calculation for a 150-pound athlete is almost 1,000 calories under. It's right at about 900 calories under what they should be having. So in future video, I'm going to talk about how we can supplement these snacks. It's something you really have to be prepared, because the other thing I wanted to mention is we're already over our sodium. You should have about 2,500 milligrams of sodium a day. And just from this Firehouse and Panera sandwich, we're at 3,370. So that's not even including hotel breakfast. And then the problem with this is snacks often skyrocket in sodium. So this is hard to kind of avoid, so my recommendation is always be mindful of water, especially when traveling, because it's going to be the only way to flush out that sodium that you've been highly consuming, especially if you're generally not consuming that much sodium in your day-to-day life. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to have eating on a budget, which I'll also talk about snacks for traveling, and then also I'm going to talk about how much energy you burn in your individual event. So, yep, have a good day, everyone.